All praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Wa Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to all you true, sincere brethren out there pushing out this purified truth, cleansing this wicked, defiled kingdom with this word, and to the rest of the church who believe as well. The water to Yahweh Shai, because without him, none of this would even be possible. Alright? So through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Lord willing, this lesson can be edifying and easy to understand. So I'd like to start off in Proverbs 27:5. Open rebuke is better than secret love. So to openly rebuke is better than not rebuking at all. If you see someone going off and to not do it, that's secret love, which means there's no love shown. There's no love given, man. In order for you to love your brother and to love your sister, so to speak, is to rebuke them when need be. That's why when we go out on the highways and byways, we tell our people to get right or get left behind. To be willing to get destroyed or pray for deliverance. So we try to correct our people, and with that, it comes with correcting ourselves first and foremost. What good is it for everyone else around you to get on a chariot, but you yourself are left behind to be dissolved? Open rebuke is better than secret love. So if you really love your brother and you really love your sister, then you would rebuke them when the time comes. There really is no wrong time to rebuke someone. Now, when you rebuke someone, it doesn't always have to be harshly, okay? But it depends on the spirit. So rebuking is better than not rebuking at all. Just allowing your brother to be wicked. Allowing his blood to be on your hands. Okay? And that is the way that we show love, is rebuking our people to get right. Go to a different verse right quick. I believe it's 2 Corinthians. This is 2 Corinthians 12:15. And I will very gladly spend and be spent for you, though the more abundantly I love you, the less I be loved. So when we show our people love, and with that love comes rebuke, because open rebuke is better than secret love. So rebuking our people, we're loved less. Showing our people the right way, we are loved less. So we actually love our people, making our bodies a living sacrifice, whether it's cold, whether it's hot, whether we feel like it, whether we are on fire. We got a job to do. Okay? And the more that we show our love to our people, the more we're hated. The more they look at us with animosity, with contention. And Jeremiah felt like that. You know, Jeremiah felt like he was grieved. And he was pretty much a burden just to be on this earth. But I'll get that, here in a minute. After a while, I should say. 2 Corinthians 12:15. And I will very gladly spend and be spent for you, though the more abundantly I love you, the less I be loved. And our people say that we hate them because we abundantly show our love towards them. Our love according to the scriptures. Esau has raised up a society to believe that love is a hug and a kiss on the cheek and a I love you. But guess what? With that I love you and that kiss on the cheek can also come a knife in the back. But someone can rebuke you and tell you to get right. And although they may come off harshly, they're not trying to steal from you. They're not trying to wish your downfall upon you. They're not trying to put witchcraft on you. But you hate them because they come off rough. But someone who can speak soft tone to you, okay, all of a sudden they love you because their tone of voice, okay, or because they said that They love everybody on earth, and they sound so sweet and so kind. And that just seems like a person that knows how to love people. But some of the greatest serial killers were also known to be very social. A lot of serial killers were known to be liked by everyone. They were always looked at as normal, maybe a little bit odd, but normal. Okay? Well, the men of the Lord, we're the oddballs, and people hate us because we show our people that we love them. And based off of that, they hate us. And the only reason why we show love to our people is because it's commanded of us. Okay? And when you go to 1 John, I can just get that right quick. 1 John 4:7. Beloved, let us love one another, for love is of the power, and everyone that loveth is born of the power and knoweth the power. So seeing that we show our people love, we're showing them love according to the scriptures, because the scriptures tell us to love one another, and with that love may come rebuke. Okay? I'm not too good to be rebuked. Anyone who's in this truth and who claims to be sincere is not too good to be rebuked. Now, we know that there are a lot of camps who go off. Me, myself, I don't really rebuke some of the men who have been in this thing longer than me, just out of respect unto them, although they're wicked. I leave that to my teachers, for certain men. But at the end of the day, when the time is right, which is all the time, if your brother's going off, you have to correct them. But even if a brother's in this truth longer than you, you can still rebuke that brother, but there's also a way of going about it for, the order's sake. Let me turn my volume down on my phone. Keeps distracting me. Give me a second here. Okay, now it says, beloved, let us love one another, for love is one of the power. Let me go back. Beloved, let us love one another, for love is of the power, and everyone that loveth is born of the power and knoweth the power. So we're evidently of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai because people hate us. That's how you know that we're showing them love. We're showing them love according to the scriptures, and because of that, they love us less. All right? And really that becomes burdensome. It becomes a burden dealing with our people. You're hoping, to bring in some of the elect, but you're just surrounded by a bunch of scorpions. Nevertheless, we have a job to do. Okay? Regardless of how many people hate us. The book of Jeremiah 15 and verse, let's go to 10. Woe is me, my mother, that thou hast borne me a man of strife and a man of contention to the whole earth. I have neither lent on usury, nor men have lent to me on usury, yet every one of them doth curse me. So being in this truth, you're doing the right thing, serving Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. You're not going around trying to rob, steal, and kill nobody. You're not going around knocking people out because they looked at you funny or stepped on your shoes. Okay? You're really just a plain man. But nevertheless, those around you hate you, because the more that you love, the less ye are loved. People mistake our love for hatred, because coming into this truth, the ways of the world is being dissolved off of you. You're becoming that new man, that man you were originally supposed to be in the first place. But then being raised or brought up in a society that teaches you totally opposite of our heritage and the ways of our forefathers, we had to relearn everything. Okay? And now we're dealing with a bunch of people within our nation who look at us as if the sight of seeing us or the sight of seeing us breathe is just a problem. You know? Woe is me, my mother, that thou hast borne me a man of strife and a man of contention to the whole earth. I have neither lent on usury, nor men have lent to me on usury, yet every one of them doth curse me. And Jeremiah was just prophesying, trying to tell our people what the Lord had told him to say. And he was hated for it. But that is the lot of a prophet. That is the lot of a man of the Lord. Okay? Let's stay in the book of Jeremiah, but this time I want to go to the book of Jeremiah 45 and verse 3. Thou didst say, woe is me now. So, here and there you might fall into that woe is me spirit. Sometimes you might hear the brother say, oh, don't be in that woe is me spirit. But nevertheless, you had certain men who fell into that woe is me spirit. Okay? Sometimes you may get like that. You feel weak. You feel faint. All right? The scriptures tell you how the spirit is willing, but this flesh is weak. Your flesh is what is allowing you to feel that hell. Your flesh is what is allowing you to feel that spiritual fire that comes with the grief and the torment that you have to deal with in your day-to-day life with whatever affliction you're dealing with. All right? Thou didst say, woe is me now, for the Lord hath added grief to my sorrow. So instead of the Lord taking away his grief and sorrow, he said the Lord added to his grief and sorrow. Because Jeremiah knew Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai controlled all things. Controls all things. What am I saying? He controls all things. So Jeremiah was speaking in the fact of, catching this hell, feeling the way he felt, but he knew the Lord was behind it. He said he added grief to my sorrow. He didn't say because of Satan, although Satan works for the Lord and he carries out his duties. But nevertheless, no matter what, everything goes back to the Lord. Everything. I fainted in my sighing and I find no rest. And being in this truth can really bring you to that state of frustration. A lot of mishaps. A lot of what was I going to say? A lot of pretty much you just don't know what to expect. You always have to deal with the BS. You always get the short end. A day in your life would be you're at work and you're placed on the worst position you can possibly work on the job. Somehow you keep getting that position while everyone else is just ice skating around you. Okay? Living that always something lifestyle. You get through one burden, then eventually something else just happens. And you finally get through it and something else comes on top of it. That always something lifestyle. This truth brings that to you. All right? And I'm telling you, I haven't been in this truth as long as many brothers, but the Lord has put me through fire, man. And I believe the Lord puts you through levels of the fire based off of your length in the truth and also based off of the spirit that's within you. Because spiritual demon Satan knows who we are. Although we're in different bodies, he knows what spirit is who. So he might afflict certain brothers more than others, not always based off of the link, but based off of the spirit that's in them. Okay, and that's just something that I feel in my spirit. All right. Thou didst say, woe is me now, for the Lord hath added grief to my sorrow. I fainted in my sighing, and I find no rest. So let's go to the book of 1 Peter. 1 Peter 4:13. But rejoice inasmuch as ye are partakers of Mashiach's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. So you might be catching that hell now, going through grief now. A lot of downs more so than ups. You may have lost a lot. Okay, let's keep it real. In this truth, you lose out. Well, really, you don't lose out, but you get held back somewhat, it seems. But guess what? That is all part of this path, and that shows that you may be a man that the Lord is dealing with. Because for him to be testing you and trying you, he has to be dealing with you. Okay? And it sucks to live a miserable life. You don't have the job that you thought you would be working when you were in high school, or you may not have your dream woman that you was hoping to have in high school. You may have had a certain mindset back in the world, and then your life is just totally opposite of what you planned. And then coming into this truth doesn't help, because coming into this truth causes you to be hated even more. It causes your life to be even more difficult. But that is a part of being a partaker in the sufferings of Yahushua. You can't be as one who sees his brother suffering and you try to tiptoe and escape the situation. No, you have to be a partaker if you that man's brother. So if you claim to be of Yahushua didn't come and suffer, but then you're claiming to be his servant, but you tiptoe into the kingdom, while everyone else getting black eyes, getting kicked in the shin, getting uppercutted, you tiptoeing in the back thinking there's another way, and there's not. Okay? But rejoice inasmuch as ye are partakers of Mashiach's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, which is when he returns, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. Let's close this out in the book of Romans. This is Romans 8:17. And if children, then heirs, heirs of the power, and joint heirs with Hamashiach, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together. So if we're going to be glorified with Yahushua, we have to suffer with Yahushua. If you claim to be down for Yahushua, you have to be willing to get beat down for Yahushua, spiritually, and possibly even physically, because the scriptures tell you how some of us will have to be martyrs, and that's not the sad, bloody end. That's really the beginning. Once we leave these bodies, that's really when life starts. Okay? Being in these chains of darkness is not where it's at. It's miserable, man. People just don't understand us. We're totally different. We're totally contrary, and we're looked at as such. But we're joint heirs with Yahushua. Lord willing, we be of that number. So we're supposed to be opposition to this world. Okay? It's not an easy path. That's how you know the Lord isn't dealing with women, because women have the mentality of trying to please people to be liked. Okay? They want that attention. But being in this truth, you can't have that mind frame, or you won't get very far. All right? And if children, then heirs, heirs of the power, and joint heirs with Hamashiach, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together. So we're all suffering, man. You're not in this thing alone. And I speak for myself as well. I'm not in this thing alone. Many times I've spoken this truth to people, and they just don't receive it because it's not meant for them to receive. Now, in the end, it kind of sucks knowing that, I want to see more of my people wake up and come and serve the Lord here. And honestly, I don't care to build onto what I'm doing in terms of a camp. If someone wakes up in my city and they go and prophesy and have a camp of their own, so be it. I just want to see the elect wake up. I don't need to have people under me, or I don't need to be that guy. So although you suffer trying to wake your people up and people don't listen, this is a part of being of Yahweh Shai, if that makes sense. This is just a part of that path, the path to the kingdom of heaven, that difficult path that many can't walk, because it's a trying path. All right, and we're trying to be like precious metal, precious gold more so, and all the weaknesses that are in us, being raised in this world and being of the flesh most of our life. This truth is purifying a lot of that out of you. You're becoming a whole new man every single day. Just Lord willing, we can endure and stay strong, because many more trying tests are coming ahead of us, on top of what we're going through now. And you will have that woe is me spirit at times. Don't let brothers tell you that's not going to happen. You're not a man of the Lord because you're in that woe is me spirit. You'll be in that woe is me spirit from time to time, but you have to snap out of it. That's why the book of 2nd Esdras, 14? It goes into how you need to put off that weak nature. All right, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is trying to toughen us up, man. And persecutions and afflictions never feel good at that time. It doesn't. Okay, but the reward far exceeds the punishment, the chastening. Okay, more so the chastening. I don't want to use punishment, although we have sinned. Okay, but that's what Yahweh Shai came for. He was that sacrifice. We laid our sins upon him. Okay, that's why he went through so much. That's why he went through what he went through. Okay. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and close it out there before I keep ranting and keep this lesson extending. But Lord willing, it was simple and edifying. Kahala Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai.